So I got a little problem here. I'm on my way home from a car show. I'm an hour and 45 minutes away from home, and my truck died. First time ever. And I think it's vapor locked. That's what I'm hoping. So what I'm gonna do, I noticed my fuel line was actually touching my intake, and it's pretty hot. So I'm gonna take a little bit of water and just see if I can get some water out there and try and cool things down, just to speed it along a little bit and see if I can get this thing to start. Wish me luck. So I took a few paper towels and wrapped it with water, soaked it with water, wrapped around the fuel line and the filter. I'm hoping that does the trick. Well, cooling the fuel line down didn't help, but I did notice this, not cool. And I've tried adjusting it, a bunch of different positions, and I cannot get this thing to fire at all. But I got help on the way. I'm gonna get my son to pick me up, and then I'm gonna go get the trailer and haul it home and diagnose it there, I guess. The 55 Ford had a little problem. I was at a car show last Sunday, a week ago today, 2 hours from home, and on my way home, it just died when I came into a small town, let off the gas, and nothing. Thing's been running for 6 years great, and first thing I suspected was my Sniper 2 that I put in last year, but confirmed that I had plenty of fuel pressure right at the Sniper, and then it just sounded like it wasn't getting any spark at all. So I brought it home. Over on this side, I wanted to show you what I found. I trailered the truck home, and when I got home, as I suspected, there was no spark. I should have 12 volts coming to this wire right here. It's labeled as battery. So when I turn the ignition switch on, I should have 12 volts, and I do, and it's got a good ground. I also confirmed that I've got good fuel pressure on my gauge here when I turn the Sniper 2 on, but I pulled the spark plug out and I had no spark. So it leads me to believe that I've got a bad module inside the distributor. And for the price of these distributors, it's just easier to change the whole thing out. So I ordered a new one. It should be here in 2 days, and then I will get that installed. I'll show you step by step doing that when I get the new distributor. In my last video, I told you my truck had no spark, my 55 Ford. It had died on the road about an hour and a half from home, and no spark. And I also mentioned that I ordered a new distributor and it was gonna be in a couple of days. Well, this video is literally half an hour after my last video. And look what just showed up at my front door. My new distributor, 2 days earlier than what the shipping tracking number said. It showed up on a Sunday. So it looks like I've got some work to do today. All right, let's get started taking the old one out. As I mentioned, I first suspected my Sniper 2. I've had no issues with it, but for it to die as quick as it did, just going down the road, I thought that was probably the issue. All right, so first thing I need to do is disconnect my wires. Grabs screwdriver quick for that, maybe. I don't know if I need it or not. Nope, okay. So there's my wires for my tachometer and my battery. The other wires are hooked up to the distributor. Now what I need to do is look at where my vacuum advance is at, where it's pointing, and note that my cap is facing this way, and then I'm going to take a look at the rotor itself and see what position it's in. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do when I put the new distributor in is I'm going to want to make sure I'm pointing my rotor in the same spot, obviously to keep my timing the same. You notice my rotor is lined up pretty close to this bolt right here. My vacuum advance is facing the radiator, and I'll adjust that with the timing. So I'm going to use those as my reference points when I put the new distributor in. All right, first thing we're going to do is take a look at this distributor and make sure everything's good on it. Should be the same distributor as what I have, other than the color of the cap. It's not exactly top quality, but it's, you know, the last one lasted me 6 years. Hopefully this one will last longer. Proform. Looks identical to the one I've got, other than the color. Guess I'll start pulling the other one out. All right, I'm gonna get you right down in here and see what's going on. So, I'll disconnect my vacuum on my vacuum advance. The only thing I get left is my wires are connected there. Break loose my distributor. All right, and there's the retainer that holds the distributor in place. Take that off, and the rest of this should just pop right out. And away we go. All right, I gotta take my plug wires off yet, but I'll get this out of the way, and I'll be ready for the new one. I just realized I need to get some grease with some zinc in it, as I gotta run to town and take care of that first. All right, so got you a little closer here so we can see this assembly process. I've got some engine assembly lube on the gear, and I just put engine oil on the O-ring. And so now what I need to do is drop this in so that the vacuum advance is facing towards the radiator. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but when I pulled the distributor out, I don't know if you saw this twist. It's because of the gears unwinding, basically. So I think I'm gonna do is give this a little bit of a twist and see if we can get this to land in the same spot as the old one. There, see it twisting right there? Didn't quite seat all the way. Make sure I got everything out of the way here. There, it dropped in. All right, so my connection was pointing that way. I'll get this plugged in. The one that's attached to this distributor goes in first, and I know that the red wire goes the same side as the battery. Get that one plugged in. And then that's how it goes. Now I just reattach. Okay, cap is on good. Next I'm going to install the hold down bracket. Just installing everything in reverse order when it came off. Pretty straightforward. As long as you pay attention to how it comes apart, you shouldn't have any issues putting it back together. And now I'm going to have to adjust my timing. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but that's pretty close to where it was. Okay, now I got to start putting my wires on. So I'm going to grab the old distributor cap, set that here as my reference. And I'll start with number 7. Number 7 goes right here. Number 8. This one is 6, which goes over here. I'm guessing this one is 3. Nope, that's 5. 3 must be over here. That's 3. Keep these all off the header. All right, on the other side. Lay this out like this. That should be number 6 if I recall. Just double check. Yep, okay. And I need number 2. There. And then number 4. Number 1 goes over here. No, wait, what is this? That's number 5. 5 goes here. 1 goes over here. Make sure they're all tight. There. Now I need to plug this one in. Alright, that's all plugged in. Next, I need to hook up my vacuum advance. Should be ready to roll. All right, let's try and start this thing up, see if it goes. Moment of truth. Start the sniper. Got everything back in place, and I might want to reroute these wires a little bit to make it a little neater, but running good. I adjusted the timing and just did it by ear. It's real easy to do. You just turn the distributor until you can tell it just quiets down. You maybe heard that in the last clip there, but it's all ready to go, and looking forward to doing some more driving this summer.